Can chiropractors actually change the structure of my spine? We're going to answer that question in this video with a couple of before and after pictures, x-rays of patients that we've recently seen in the clinic. But first, let's start with a picture of a normal neck. So this is what we want to see. We want that curve to be going inwards towards the front of the neck. We want nothing funky off the front of the spinal segments there, and even disc spaces between each one of the segments. Let's look at our first patient. So this is a mid-20-year-old person with generalized neck pain. As you can see before, we have forward head translation. We don't have that reversal of the curve. We did our treatment plan, and boom, we have that reversal of the curve there, even space between each one of the segments as well. All right, second one. This is a mid-30-year-old with generalized low back pain, left-sided. What I did here was I drew a line straight up from the sacral tubercle, straight up here. What we're looking at is wanting these little bones there, the spinous processes, to go right through the center there. You can see there's a leftward drift on the before picture. We measured that to be 9.2 millimeters. After our treatment plan, we did the same thing, drew it straight up. We got a difference in 4.6 millimeters there. All right, third patient. So mid-30-year-old, neck pain, headaches, just like the last one. We have forward head translation. I drew a line straight up from the C7. That is midline. We're measuring the forward head translation. So that distance between the back of C2 to that straight up line. Before picture, after picture. You can see we were at 21 millimeters there and then 13. And you can visually see him extending up as well. All right, fourth patient. So this is a mid-30-year-old cop, police officer. They were having generalized low back pain from wearing that harness and that belt that they wear. That's a lot of weight and felt like their low back was being compressed. So what I want you guys to look at are the spaces between each one of the segment on the before, and then we're going to look at the after. You can see that those spaces are much wider. That's from our decompression, our flexion distraction table. Again, before our treatment plan, after our treatment plan, much wider discs. So that person is actually taller today than they were when they started. All right, last patient, same thing, 30-year-old, low back pain. What we were doing is drawing a line straight up here. Spinous processes were drifting over to the right. This is before, then our after. We can see that those spinous processes are right down the middle. Now, this person had a significant amount of decompression as well. This is before. Look at the spaces between each one of the segments. This is after. Look at that dramatic decompression there. I wanted to include this. Sometimes we actually don't get any changes when things have been progressing for so long. Look at this patient, mid-30-year-old. Look at that amount of degeneration. You see how collapsed that space is compared to the other ones? And you see how you have these spikes coming off? These things are actively fusing together. Makes things really difficult for chiropractors to push some motion in there. That's before, that's after. You can see not much change. Now, little disclaimer, all of these patients consented to having their pictures put up here and having before and after photos as well. They wanted to see the changes that was in their spine.